I thought I'd do a little test video to just test out this microphone, make sure everything's working pretty good. I'm just walking to my shop here, well, my laboratory. That's the shop. Give you a little tour here at some point. I'm just checking my batteries. I am on the last part of my batteries. This is the last test I have to do. And I am so happy that that is the end of it. I am so done. Oh my God. 5,000 cells. And just to give you an idea, this isn't all testing. Some of these is just charging. Like this here, like I thought that was all tester when I bought it, but of course it's a bunch of bull. It only tests this side. This side's charge only. This side is test and charge. So you only test 16 at a time. This is just a charger as well. So what that means is it takes about, round trip to charge, discharge, recharge. That's what this does. Takes between 6 and 7 or 8 hours to do a round trip test. So I've been pretty good at getting up really early and even swapping them at night and middle of the day. So that gets me 3 cycles. Sometimes I can squeeze in 4. But on the average, it's 3 per day from each set of testing. So that's 16 times 3 is blah, 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 blah. Do the math, you know what I'm saying? 32 plus whatever. I guess that's 48, right? 3/16 is 48. So at the most, I'll do about 48, maybe 50 cells per day. And that's pretty good. If I can do 50 a day, that's pretty awesome. But there's some days where for whatever reason, the power got interrupted, let's say. And that happens when you live off grid, right? So sometimes that happens and it leaves you in the lurch and you're just stuck with only, maybe one whole day you don't even test. And maybe there's a day I'm ill or whatever. But really, the whole time I was sick with COVID, I was coming out here in the middle of the night. I was coming out here like 2 in the morning and switching the batteries. But like I said, this is the end. No more bulk testing anyway. I'm still going to build things and, I'll have to test those cells, but I am so done with this. That means I can start to lay out all the batteries. These ones, I'm going to take them back out. I'm going to resort them back into the pile and then build again from scratch. That's not really that big of a deal because none of these are really assembled. They're just together. I could just pop them apart, put the numbers back into the bins. But I'm going to need some more bins because if I put these back into these bins, I'm going to have a shitload of batteries. And yeah, so that's where I'm at with this. I have some fancy new cable for stuff. I've got some 100-watt amps, or sorry, 100-watt fuse, 12-volt fuse. Actually, it doesn't really matter what the voltage is on that, but I think it's up to like 600 volts or something. But that is a 100-amp fuse, I think. My next project in here is repairing my spot welder. This was my homemade spot welder, but I think I got to rebuild it. Maybe I'll just fix it, but I want to put different cables on here. This did the trick, but this is those copper coated aluminum wire pieces of crap. I want to get some nice wire. Maybe I'll actually use this stuff. This is solid oxygen-free copper. So yeah, that's where I'm at. And I'm just testing out this new lapel mic I have on right now. This guy right here, pretty cheap, about the bottom of the barrel from Amazon, and I just want to see if the audio is okay. If it is, then I'll just go with that. But yeah, that's all that's going on in here for now. I'm just going to give you a quick walk around because I don't have enough time in the day to do a project, but I thought I would just show you future projects. In fact, if you know me, Unfortunately, I'm that kind of guy. Like the old lady used to call me, the old lady used to call me Mr. 90%. And the new old lady calls me Mr. 70%. And 70 is pretty optimistic, to be honest, because I never finish anything, and that's, 70%. But just looking around, let's look around at projects I have to do. I have this 14,000 watt Generac generator that I really wanted to get going. Well, oh, she's heavy. Anyway, I'm not going to lift that up. I got to get that. I did have it running, but it was not staying running. It's got a weird control board type thing, and I think a project for me is going to be bypassing that whole system. I'm just going to I want to get the motor running, even if it's full blast, so it's not idling up and down. I won't have any controls. I just want it to run and run continuously. And if it's running high speed, then I can do 14,000 watts, and I can run a larger MIG welder or something when I need to. Or I won't. I may just sell it, whatever. I can keep that as my prerogative. This here is a table I built a long time ago. I got the legs over here. And I am going to finish that project and sell it for a couple bucks. Anyway, you can see the forged legs there. Got to get that done. That's a job. That won't take much time at all. I just want to add a little bit of extra like prettiness to the bottom and clean it up and sell it. This is a bigger project I got in the future. And I don't think I've even mentioned it to anyone, but this is an old CNC machine that had a laser tube, and it used to do those like headstones with the faces and images, so it could like blast the images. And the way this CNC worked, it was actually portable. So inside of a shop that did these stones, they could just drop a pallet with the headstone laying flat, and this was on wheels, and you could just roll it over, and the whole deck with the CNC thing is on a power lift type mechanism, so it could actually drop that whole unit down to where it needed to be, which is pretty wild. Not that I need that, but I might just leave it all set up, or I might just take this table and just build some solid legs, bring it up a little higher, and probably drop that whole mechanism. I don't know. I may not even use this at all. I might just sell that whole thing. But inside the control unit there, it's a big old box, had a couple big desktops in it and that sort of thing, but I don't think I really need any of that. But up in it is all the motor controllers and stuff for the servos and power supplies and stuff like that. I'm probably going to rob most of that. I paid way too much for this whole thing. I paid $1,000 for it. And, that sounds like a bargain, but it's only good for what it was good for. And really, I should have got it up and running and sold it. Probably could have got a pretty good penny. But like an idiot, I broke the vacuum tube, which was very expensive. And you know what? That was a big screw up. So, thing ain't worth nothing now. So I may as well just get it going for plasma cutting. And like I said, I might just build a whole new deck on it, because I might not even use that bearing style. It's like a roller bearing type. And I don't know if I want to use that. Too much dust with plasma cutting. Future projects. What do I have for future projects? I have to repair my tractor. Both wheels are leaking because they were loaded tires, and they have rotted through the, you can see them leaking out this calcium, liquid calcium stuff that they put in there for weight. So I'm going to get that out of there and put some tubes in. I got to get a battery in the old girl. She's looking a little rough. Needs to come apart, get all redone with some powder coating. But here's the fun project I got in the future. I have this electric snowblower. I did use it, and it's not great for if you don't have like sidewalks, like on gravel. It picks up all them rocks and flings them, and it just sounds horrible. It's like chewing itself up. But this is brand new, and the batteries go inside that little door there. What's cool about it is it came with a 100-volt battery, and I got it super cheap. I got them in here. So this is a 100-volt battery, and it is what was it? I calculated it there one day. I don't know if it says on there. 100 volt. Yeah, it's a 5 amp hour. So it's a 500 watt hour battery, and it's a battery bank too. It's got a it's got 2 USBs on there, and it's fully charged right now. And if I hit the button again, I got a nice light for a work light. So it's been pretty handy that way. But who needs a 100 volt, 500 watt hour work light? I mean, everybody does. But I'd be better off getting some USB lights that would work off it, because it's bright, but it's not like super bright. Anyway, I really just wanted it for the batteries because it was so cheap. I got it for, I think it was 60 bucks for the snowblower. So what did I do? I bought it because it's got a 2,000 watt DC motor in it. It's got a speed controller. So I was thinking make it into something. I just wanted it for a project. I probably could have sold it for $300 and made a few bucks, but I'm stupid like that. But guess what? I bought 2. So I have available to me, oops, I almost killed myself. I've got 2 2,000 watt DC motors and speed controllers. So I can either make 2 of something, or I can make something with dual motors. So I'm asking you, what should I make? I honestly don't know. Man, I've mulled over everything. A drift trike not with power, like a powered trike. Straight up e-bike, or a 2-wheel drive electric dirt bike. That might be kind of cool. I think I'd need a lot bigger battery. But that's the thing, I got 2 of those batteries, so I don't know. I don't know how long they would run. I think I'd still need a bigger battery, but hey, I can build a battery. I was also thinking electrifying like an old lawn tractor. Get an old-fashioned, you know, the smaller ones. Put that in there and just have like a little run-around electric tractor for around the property. Be kind of cool. I could collect wood, or let the kids collect wood. Maybe if I built 2, I could, you know, they wouldn't run as long, but 2,000 watts, that's a fair bit of power for a little rig like that. And, you know, they could both run around. Maybe they could help me build it. Get them off their phones for a minute. Maybe they would, but we'll see about that. Anyway, I'm open to your comments and suggestions on that there. And I got some Prius ideas too, some projects for that. I got a spare Prius over there. It's runs just as good as this one. It has the high voltage battery still in it. That's not where the extra battery came from in the flux capacitor. But yeah, you know what I was thinking of doing with that other Prius? I was going to scheme it up so that it would be a power supply for a MIG welder. So I would have a Prius powered welder. Now, could you imagine that? That'd be pretty crazy. I wouldn't be surprised if I could run a small 110 welder off this already. I'm not sure. I might try it, do it till the fuse blows. Ain't got nothing to lose, really. What do you think? Anyway, you let me know. Get back to me on that. Okay, I'm waiting for your down below. Okay, I want it. Really, seriously, I want to know your ideas. I want thousands of ideas. What can I do with the Prius? What can I do with this damn snowblower? I'm going to rip it apart here pretty soon. I'll show you the guts. Anyway, later.